Okay, working on another heister. This one is a GM 4.3, I think it is. Yeah. Alright, and it has the IMCO EPR, electronically controlled. So the problem with this one is a no start again. I made a video back then where I showed it. Actually, it's on the Toyota, where the regulator is not supplying any propane, and that's why it wouldn't start. This one is quite the opposite. So the way it is, you have this hose straight from the tank. This is going to be your lock off. It's an electronic lock off, right, controlled by the solenoid, and goes to the propane regulator, and this hose goes to here, which this one I don't actually know what it is. I don't know, maybe to control the amount of fuel, right? But one thing's for certain, this is just a normal regulator, and the pressure on this should be limited to about maybe like 5 psi, maybe even less. And see what happens when I try to crank it. Cranking it. Whoa. And that's, it's just, whew, smell of it. Oh. And no wonder the engine wouldn't start, because it's getting too much fuel. So basically it's flooding itself because of the pressure from the tank just goes straight up. Once the solenoid opens up, the pressure from the tank just goes through. So the regulator itself is not doing its job regulating the pressure, and that's why you have a no start. So this is not the absence of fuel, this is going to be the excess of fuel. Man, you can just really smell that. Alright, but how can we prove that this is going to start once we replace the regulator? So what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to unhook this, right? I'm going to try to supply my own LPG source through here. Okay, so in order to prove that it is this regulator putting on too much pressure, which is making this engine not start, alright, so I rigged up my own fuel system, bypassed the old system or the original system that's in it, disconnected the connection for the electronic lock off, or the solenoid for the lock off, and then I rigged up my IMCO, old style IMCO system, which is basically a regulator and a lock off, and the lock off is operated by a vacuum, and I'm going to supply my own vacuum through this vacuum gun, and have my hose here just going straight out to the tank on the side. So the original fuel system up to the regulator is being bypassed by this. Alright, so I'm going to put vacuum on this to operate the lock off. That should be enough. I'm going to try cranking it, see if it starts. Too much, and there you go. So engine not starting, not from the lack of fuel, but this time it's going to be the excess of fuel.